Good afternoon, Colin here with Techout, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Clicks keyboard for the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And I just got this today. I've been using it all day, and I just want to give you guys my initial thoughts. Pretty cool accessory. It does take a little bit of getting used to. Just holding it with the keys down here. They are a little bit small, but once you learn the key combinations and the shortcuts and all that kind of stuff, it's actually very handy. It is slightly weighted in the back down here on the bottom, so when you're holding it like this, the phone is not too top heavy. It doesn't feel like it wants to flip out of your hand. It is nice and evenly weighted. Mine, of course, is the USB-C version because it's the iPhone 15 Pro Max, so we do have USB-C pass-through on the bottom. One thing to note about this is they say the USB-C is only for data. If you have an older iPhone 14 with the Lightning, you can do pass-through data and charging. So just one thing to keep in mind with this is if you plug in for CarPlay or plug in any USB accessories, you will have to take the case off to use data transfer. Now that's not hard to do. All you have to do is pull the top down. It's just like a silicone material, so it's very easy, and then just slide the phone out and it will unplug and come right out. And to put it back in, same thing. You want to make sure you kind of fold that top down and slide it in straight. You don't want to bend the USB-C connector or put it in at too much of an angle. Now, I did have one complaint about this keyboard, and that complaint has actually been solved in me watching a video on how to use it. So this actually has a companion app that I did not know about. So if we hop in here, you can control things like the brightness. I just thought the brightness was a little low. It is kind of hard to see on the video with the lighting for my lights, but there is a nice backlight here, which does make it very handy to use when it's dark. And you can control whether that is on or off here on the key by holding 1, 2, 3 and pushing the globe icon with the little key on it right there. You can also enable and disable backlighting in this companion app. So here you can control the brightness value as well as the backlight timeout. Going into the keyboard settings, you can change things like caps lock. So you can double tap the shift key right here to enable caps lock. If you just press it once, it is just a single shift. Over here you can do the alt lock. So when that is enabled, the 1, 2, 3 key turns it to the alternate keyboard, so you get your number keys as well as your secondary keys on here. And then there is a soft return. So in most messaging apps like iMessage and stuff like that, if you hit the enter key, it sends it. You can enable it, so you have to do shift return. That way hitting the return actually just gives you another line of text that goes down a line. And then over here we do have the firmware update section. I just updated the firmware for it. There was an update available when I got it, so that has been updated. And this is the Founders Edition. I just ordered this last week. I didn't know they were still doing the Founders Edition, but this is the Founders Edition. It is number 2836, and then this is the London Sky, so it's like a gray color with the black keyboard. They do have a couple other colors available on their website as well. But overall, it's a very nice accessory in my opinion. I like the keys. I like having physical keys. It's pretty cool. Some people it might be functional, some people it might be a novelty, but I think it's a little bit of both, and I enjoy having them down there. And overall, it's a pretty good case. Silicone feeling sides, kind of a plastic back, and then this is kind of like a leather. I don't think it's actually leather, but kind of like a fake leather bottom. And this I think is where the weight is, to keep it evenly weighted so it doesn't feel top heavy when you're holding it closer down to the bottom for the keyboard. But I think it was $159, I'm pretty sure is what it was. And like I said, it took about a week to get here. It did say it shipped the next day. It didn't. It took like 4 or 5 days to ship, and then once it shipped, it showed up in like 2 days. So very, very cool accessory. I do think it will be something I use long term, and I do like having it on my phone. It does make the phone a little long, so if you have small pockets, you might not be able to get your phone in your pocket. But for me, a regular pair of like pants pockets, I haven't had any issues yet. So that is Clicks for iPhone for the 15 Pro Max. I'm Colin with Techout. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Have a great day.